Thank you all for coming to this festive event. Thank you. Settle down. Adam Flanders is here, so I think we can begin. Good afternoon. My name is Matt Mauro, and I welcome you to the Awards and Honorees Luncheon. I hope you will enjoy this distinct ceremony to celebrate our distinguished awardees. This year, 3 RSNA members have been selected to receive the Gold Medal, RSNA's highest award. They are Dr. Valerie Jackson, Dr. Joseph K.T. Lee, and Dr. Ann Roberts. Dr. Valerie Jackson is a highly regarded educator and leader and has devoted decades to inspiring excellence in radiologic education. Dr. Jackson is the Eugene Clady Professor Emeritus of Radiology at Indiana University School of Medicine. From 2014 until she retired in 2020, she served as the Executive Director of the American Board of Radiology, a position she once called her dream job. She was RSNA President in 2019, where she focused on opportunities for radiologists to connect in meaningful ways with their patients, families, and their healthcare team. An RSNA member through her entire career, she also served as chair of the Refresher Course Committee and as a member of the RSNA Research and Education Foundation Board of Trustees. She was a member of the American College of Radiology Board of Chancellors and chaired the Commission on Education. The Valerie P. Jackson Education Fellowship recognizes her work with the ACR. She is also a past president of the Indiana Radiological Society, the ACR, and the Society of Chairs of Academic Radiology Departments. The Association of Program Directors in Radiology honored her with its Achievement Award, and she holds gold medals from the IRS, not that IRS, the SBI, and the ACR. All of her remarkable achievements. She is especially proud of her son, Chip. He earned his PhD and is a medical physicist in Melbourne, Australia, where he lives with his partner, Katie, and their son, Val's first grandson, Royce. She is enjoying retirement, filled with travel, photography, and spending time with friends and family. I've worked closely with Val at the ACR, at the ABR, and at the RSNA, and I admire her dedication to the field and the integrity she brings to everything she does. It is my honor to award Dr. Valerie P. Jackson with the RSNA Gold Medal.
Wow. I really can't thank the RSNA, the Board of Directors, this fantastic staff, everyone who I've ever worked with at this organization, I thank you so much for this wonderful, wonderful honor. I've really treasured my many years of involvement with RSNA, starting with when, as a junior faculty person, I presented scientific papers under much trepidation or had some educational exhibits. And I really felt lucky to have the many volunteer activities offered to me because I got to work with fantastic people in all aspects of radiology, not just breast imaging, which was my specialty, and also with the RSNA staff. I really feel like I learned and gained much more in those activities than I ever put out in terms of energy. And I have so many wonderful friends around the world now, thanks to RSNA. I really want to thank my many mentors, or I learned yesterday from Linda Moy, they're also called sponsors, because these guys really did open many doors for me. Two of these people are people to whom this meeting is dedicated. One is Bob Hattery, and the other is Jim Euchre. And then the two people who really were the foundation of my career let me into residency at Indiana University, Eugene Claddy, who you saw in a picture with his wife, who is doing very well in Sun City, Arizona, and Bob Holden, who is a retired now dean from the Indiana University. But those guys kicked my butt and made me do things and introduced me to people and really opened a lot of doors for me. I also want to thank, again, RSNA staff, but in particular Mark Watson, who just does an amazing job of leadership at this organization and has built a real sense of teamwork between the volunteers, the board members who are also volunteers, as well as the staff. So thanks so much, Mark, and thanks for shepherding me through those international trips where I only fell down once. I really want to thank my family. I am very sorry, and I hope I don't cry, that my parents, Chris and Janice Pascuzzi, didn't live to see this. But I'm so thankful my brother Bob is here, Bob Pascuzzi, and our honorary sister Juliette King, because I can't thank you enough for all the support you've given me. And the shining stars in my life are my son Chip, who's a medical physicist in Melbourne, and who has presented at the RSNA meeting a couple of times, and that's like some of my proudest moments. Katie, who is his partner, and they're getting married next November. And my one-year-old grandson, who's just a total joy, Royce. Again, I want to thank you so much for this honor. It means more to me than anything else that I've ever received, and I love the RSNA. Thanks very much.
Dr. Joseph K.T. Lee is recognized worldwide as a pioneer in the fields of magnetic resonance imaging and computed body tomography. He has steered historic advances in the evolution of quantitative abdominal imaging. He is Professor Emeritus and past chair of the Department of Radiology at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Until last year, he also practiced at the National University Hospital of Singapore. He began his career in MRI and CT at the Mallinckrodt Institute of Radiology in St. Louis. That is where I first met Joe as a fellow. Dr. Lee was awarded gold medals from the Asian Oceanic Society of Radiology, the American Roentgen-Ray Society, and the Society for Advanced Body Imaging. He holds honorary membership from the Korean Society of Radiology, the Japanese Society of Radiology, and the Chinese Society of Radiology. He has been a leader in imaging organizations, including serving as a member of the American College of Radiology's Board of Chancellors and as president of the American Roentgen-Ray Society and the Society for Advanced Body Imaging. He served on the editorial board of RSNA as a first vice president for RSNA. A beloved teacher, Dr. Lee is a two-time recipient of the UNC Resident Teaching Award, and he received top teaching scores from residents multiple years while at the National University Hospital of Singapore. Dr. Lee served as a lay elder in a local church, helping pastors guide the congregation and engage in the teaching ministry. He was married to Evelyn Ho, a radiologist in Kuala Lumpur and RSNA honorary member. Dr. Lee has 3 adult children with his late wife Christina, ABC, Alex, Betsy, and Kathy, and now 5 grandchildren. Personally, Joe has been a mentor, a boss, colleague, and friend for more than 40 years.
Thank you, Dr. Mauro. Words cannot adequately express my deepest appreciation for the honor bestowed upon me by the RSNA. I would like to thank Dr. Mauro and the entire RSNA board for giving me such an award. Throughout my entire professional life, I've been fortunate to be at the right place at the right time. I was fortunate to receive a scholarship to enter Washington University School of Medicine in St. Louis. Although initially I planned to be an internist specializing in gastroenterology, a radiology elective in the 4th year changed my career trajectory. I was just in time to apply for radiology residency before finishing my medical internship. During my radiology residency at the Mallinckrodt Institute of Radiology, where the first EMI body CT scanner was installed, my colleagues and I had the opportunity to learn and establish clinical applications of this new imaging modality. The lead time we had over others allowed us to be the first to publish a comprehensive body CT textbook in 1982, thereby launching my academic career. In 1983, when clinical MR was first introduced, I again had the opportunity to participate in the development of its clinical applications in abdominal and pelvic imaging. In the 22 years I spent at Washington University and Mallinckrodt, I had numerous mentors and colleagues who inspired, taught, and collaborated with me. After I moved to the University of North Carolina to chair the department in 1991, I had the great fortune to be reunited with Dr. Matt Mauro, who helped me reinvigorate that department. I owe a great debt of gratitude to the faculty and trainees of UNC for their hard work and lasting friendship. I could not have done any of the things mentioned without the unwavering support of my late wife, Christina, and my 3 children, two of them are here today. My children, who were the ones who stood by my side during the dark moment in my life and encouraged me to seek another companion after Christina passed away in 2009. By God's grace, I was able to meet and marry a vibrant radiologist from Malaysia, Dr. Evelyn Ho. In the last 10 years, with Evelyn's encouragement, I was able to rekindle my zest for radiology. To Evelyn and my children, I dedicate this gold medal to them. Thank you.
Dr. Ann C. Roberts is a dynamic lecturer, a prolific investigator, and a renowned authority in interventional radiology. She is an emeritus distinguished professor of radiology with the University of California, San Diego School of Medicine, retiring from UCSD in 2022 after more than 35 years. Early in her career, Dr. Roberts took a sabbatical to work with the U.S. Food and Drug Administration's Cardiovascular, Respiratory, and Neurological Devices Office. She later became a member of the FDA's Circulatory System Devices panel and has served as a special representative on several FDA panels. An insightful leader, Ann has served as president of the Society of Interventional Radiology and of the Western Angiographic Interventional Society. As a member of the American College of Radiology Board of Chancellors, she was appointed Secretary and Treasurer and then Vice President. She was also a trustee of the American Board of Radiology and was named its first Associate Executive Director for Interventional Radiology. Dr. Roberts has lent her clinical expertise to further radiology education, serving on the Radiology Residency Review Committee of the Accreditation Council for Graduate Medical Education, and as an RSNA International Visiting Professor. For her lifetime of accomplishments, Dr. Roberts has been awarded gold medals from the ACR and SIR. She is a distinguished fellow of the Cardiovascular and Interventional Radiological Society of Europe and is an elected fellow of the SIR, the ACR, and the American Heart Association. Her mentors, friends in radiology, and her family have been instrumental in supporting her throughout her career. I've worked closely with Ann in radiology leadership for over 3 decades, and I admire her logical solutions, her creativity, and her commitment to advancing interventional radiology. It is now my pleasure to present the RSNA Gold Medal to Ann C. Roberts.
Matt, thank you so much. And I'd like to thank the RSNA Board of Directors for this incredible honor. And I would like to say that to be in the company of Dr. Lee and Dr. Jackson getting this award is just fabulous. As a matter of fact, when Matt called me to tell me that I was going to receive this award, he told me that Val was the other person that was getting it. Val and I have known each other since we first went on the ABR together. And when we started at the ABR, the two dark-haired women, they couldn't figure out who was who. And they would call me Val, and they would call her Ann. And so it did cross my mind that maybe they'd gotten me mixed up again with Val. Anyway, it's been a true honor to be a member of the RSNA. My first scientific presentation was here when I had just finished my fellowship and was just going on staff. And I've been so blessed to be able to come to the RSNA meetings pretty much ever since there, although I do not wear the badge that says like 40 years or whatever it is. And then also to be able to travel, doing visiting, international visiting professorships with the RSNA has been just a great joy for me. So I'd like to thank all of you for that. I'd like to particularly thank all of my colleagues at UCSD, particularly the interventional radiology section, because they were the ones that supported me in all of the things that I did. My parents would be so delighted to see me get this award. I'm sorry they can't be here. You know, they've passed away, but I know they're up there looking down. And I'd also like to thank my brothers. They were my younger brothers, but they pushed me all the time to do things otherwise I might not have done. And I'd also like to thank John, who has been supportive of me over all the years, going to all the meetings, making sure that everything was on the home front taken care of, and I couldn't have done it without him. But anyway, thank you all. It's been a wonderful ride. Thank you so much.
This year, we have the pleasure of presenting 3 honorary members. They are Dr. Agyad Al-Koutubi, Dr. Regina Beets-Tan, and Dr. Yi Hong Cho. Dr. Agyad Al-Koutubi has championed the advancement of interventional radiology around the world, having developed his skills in the golden era of vascular imaging. He worked diligently to expand interventional radiology throughout the Middle East, and his time spent in building departments and training radiologists will benefit the region for many, many years to come. Dr. Al-Koutubi earned his medical degree from Damascus University and completed his radiology training in the UK as interventional radiology was just taking shape. While at St. Mary's Hospital at the University of London, he was part of the team that performed one of the first balloon angioplasties. Later, he oversaw interventional radiology and CT at St. Mary's and expanded MR services into the community. He is a founding member of the Arab Board of Radiology and Medical Imaging and founding president of the Pan-Arab Interventional Radiology Society. Today, he is an adjunct professor of radiology at the American University of Beirut Medical Center. He spent more than 2 decades as professor and head of the Interventional Radiology Division there, transforming the department and expanding its training program. Many of his trainees in both the UK and Beirut have become outstanding leaders themselves. He is an avid athlete and enjoys practicing Arabic calligraphy, which he learned from his grandfather. Now a grandfather himself, much of his free time is spent with his grandchildren. For advancing the field in the Middle East, it is my honor to present Dr. Gayed Al-Khatoubi with RSNA honorary membership.
Well, pleasure to be here. The first word in the Holy Quran and the verse of it set a mantra for life. The word is Iqra, read, and the verse is وَقَلْ رَبِّي زِدْنِي عِلْمًا, pray God, increase my knowledge. Dr. Mauro and the Board of Trustees of the RSNA, thank you very much for this great honor that I'll cherish. On behalf of myself and my colleagues in the Middle East, I would like to dedicate this to my late parents. I'm wearing my father's tie today. To my ever-loving and supportive wife, Nada, and to my children, Dana, Masa, and Jude. I'm thrilled that two of them managed to come all the way from Dubai last night just to be with me today. I would also like to dedicate it to my teachers, colleagues, and the residents with whom I've had the pleasure of working and learning from, and to everyone else who loved me and helped me increase my knowledge. At these times, I also would like to dedicate it to the souls of all the innocent civilians that have perished in wars around the world, particularly in the Middle East. It's hard times, and I hope that all of us as physicians will do everything we can to prevent unnecessary loss of life. Every life is precious and every life is sacred, whether it is Ukraine or the Middle East. Mr. President, when I started my training at St. Mary's Hospital in London on a sunny September day in 1977, under the guidance of Dr. David Sutton, little did I know what lay ahead. At that time, many of the things we now take for granted were in their infancy: CT, ultrasound, interventional radiology. MRI hadn't even been established in medical practice. And when I look back at my journey, both in the UK and in Lebanon, over those years, and look at the explosion of knowledge and the development, it's a really special time in the history of our specialty. I feel very privileged indeed to have witnessed this and to have been part of it. And I look forward to seeing the next phase of development in AI and all this. When I look at the way the practice of radiology, modern radiology, and interventional radiology has progressed in the Middle East, I feel great satisfaction. And with the Arab Board of Radiology and Medical Imaging, which I'm privileged to be a co-founder, we have set the standards of training that we would like to see equivalent to our sister societies in the West, as we all strive to graduate safe and competent radiologists. And this is a great satisfaction. So the RSNA meeting has always been and is the place we all come to catch up on the latest, meet friends, and exchange knowledge. Long may it last. Thank you.
Dr. Regina Beets-Tan is world-renowned for her leadership in cancer imaging and its application for data-driven treatment guidance. Her remarkable achievement in cancer research and her focus on collaboration across specialties have profoundly affected the quality of patient care. As chair of the Department of Radiology at the Netherlands Cancer Institute in Amsterdam, She directs research in cancer imaging and treatment. She is also a professor of radiology at the University of Maastricht and adjunct professor at the University of Southern Denmark. An enthusiastic leader, Dr. Beets-Tan has served as president and chair of the European Society of Radiology Board of Directors and as president of the European Society of Gastrointestinal and Abdominal Radiology and the European Society of Oncologic Imaging. She earned her medical degree at Erasmus University in Rotterdam and completed her training in radiation oncology at the University Hospital in Leuven in Belgium, and then in diagnostic radiology at Maastricht University Hospital. While the Beets-Tan family make their home in the Netherlands, they consider New York a second home. Regina and her husband Gerard spend time as researchers at Memorial Sloan Kettering, and this year their daughter Natalie is completing a research rotation there. For her extensive contributions to the field and her commitment to improving patient care, I am pleased to present Dr. Regina Beets-Tan with RSNA honorary membership.
Well, thank you for this wonderful introduction, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's really a pleasure and an honor, a privilege that I may accept this award of a very prestigious society, RSNA, that had been in my life since my first year of residency. I really would like to thank the president, Matt. I would like to thank the board of directors of the RSNA for presenting me this award. And I also would like to thank my colleagues in the US, my friends, who have been supporting my nomination. It has been so wonderful to collaborate with you over the past few years through our societies, the RSNA and the ESR. And I would like to dedicate this award also to all leaders in radiology, because Matt, congratulations on your theme and the message of your Congress. It's so powerful, leading through change. Yes, we have been very successful with radiology, but also with these successes comes a lot of challenges, and it's really our responsibility to lead our community and specialty to the future. And Matt, I cannot agree more, and I'm very grateful that our both societies are really aligned to look at solutions for that. And I'm sure that in the coming weeks, when we talk with leaders around the world, we will have new insights. So thank you very much for this collaboration. Thank you very much again for this award. As you mentioned, we consider North America as our second home, and I consider this award as a professional homecoming in a society that is very close in my heart. Thank you very much.
Dr. Yi-Hong Cho is internationally recognized for his research in advanced ultrasound techniques. His leadership as an educator and researcher has been an asset to numerous radiologists. A Taiwan native, Dr. Cho earned his medical degree from Taipei Medical College. He completed his postgraduate training in radiology and ultrasound at Veterans General Hospital in Taipei, Mount Sinai Medical Center in New York, and Thomas Jefferson University Hospital in Philadelphia. Dr. Cho is Vice President and Professor of Radiology at the Wangpai University of Medical Technology and National Yangming Chiao Tung University School of Medicine in Taipei. He is also a clinical professor at Taipei's National Defense Medical Center. He serves as the director of the Asian Oceanic School of Radiology. A respected leader, Dr. Cho is a former president of the Asian Oceanic Society of Radiology, the Asian Federation of Societies for Ultrasound in Medicine and Biology, and the Asian Society of Abdominal Radiology, and the Asian Breast Disease Association. He has served in editorial roles for several scholarly publications. Dr. Cho has been awarded gold medals from the AOSR and ASAR and numerous honorary memberships, including from the European Society of Radiology, the Japanese Society of Radiology, as well as the Korean Society of Radiology. He lives in Taipei with his wife and their 3 children. They enjoy hiking and exploring the area. I am proud to present Dr. Yi-Hong Cho with RSNA Honorary Membership.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mauro. Thank you, RSNA board. And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm deeply grateful and very humbled to receive this honor. When I applied to the radiology residency program at Taipei Veterans General Hospital in Taiwan 45 years ago, I actually wanted to build up my knowledge of radiology, and then I could shift to gastroenterology. So that's interesting. And however, during my residency, I met my wife, May, in the same department. It changed my life. And then I, also changed my mind. I love the specialty because of May and the attractive, challenging nature of radiological science. When we got married, our late mentor, Professor Yu, who was trained at University of Chicago, gave a toast at our wedding party and announced to our guest, he said, not only should both of you be loyal radiologists, but your offspring should also become radiologists. So, which was now become a reality that my daughter Shelley and my son-in-law Dave are both radiologists. Thank you. I have so many people to thank. My many teachers and mentors, friends and colleagues, but most of all, I thank my mentor, the late Professor Xuzong Ye. Probably most of you know him. And my friend from RSNA, Uma, Dick, Vijay, my colleague, Zhen Yi and Yuzhen. And my children, their partners, Shelley, Dave, Andy, Alex, Cindy, and Aaron. And also my friends from the ESR, that's Boris, my friends from AOSR, that's Bing Yang, and also Evelyn. And as you know, I got two most important people in my life. They are both ladies. My mother, who is now 106 years old. Yeah. Thank you. And my wife, May, no doubt. I love RSNA so much. Initially, I did not like to visit the Windy City in the wintertime, but now I love both the city and the wind. I thank you all so much, and thank you, Dr. Mauro, and thank you again to the RSNA. Thank you.
A trailblazer of interventional approaches to deliver life-saving treatments to patients with cancer. Dr. Bradford Wood applies investigative techniques to real-world clinical practice. Dr. Wood is the founding director of the NIH Center for Interventional Oncology. He leads a diverse, multidisciplinary team that develops and translates devices, software, and navigation approaches for cancer patients via public, private, academic partnerships to address unmet clinical needs. He also serves as Chief of Interventional Radiology at the NIH Clinical Center and holds appointments in the National Cancer Institute and National Institute of Biomedical Imaging and Bioengineering. He is an adjunct professor of biomedical engineering at the University of Maryland. His team pioneered the first in human applications for technologies to treat cancers of the kidney, adrenal gland, and prostate. His multidisciplinary investigative teams, partnering with both public and private entities, have brought to light technologies and techniques that improve outcomes for patients. A mentor to hundreds of trainees, scientists, physician scientists, and engineers, he has overseen the authorship of several books and more than 600 peer-reviewed manuscripts, and he holds more than 50 patents. Dr. Wood received numerous awards from the NIH during his tenure, including the Director's Award and the Director's Honor Award. Dr. Wood recognizes the power of teams and takes great pride in the scores of outstanding physicians he has mentored, who have gone on to hold professorships, patents, and research endowments of their own. Brad is the tip of the spear when it comes to innovative research in the field of interventional radiology. It is my honor to present the RSNA Outstanding Researcher Award to Brad Wood.
Wow. We are blessed with amazing leadership. Just look around. Thank you to Matt and to the board and to the amazing staff. But there's, from Kurt to Umar to Bruce to Teresa and Hetty before them, this is an amazing team. So this award should be for teams, mentors and family alike. RSNA has a culture of teaching and innovation and giving back. It inspires curiosity and creativity across the globe, improving the art and science of medicine while nurturing lifelong relationships. Mark Twain said, quote, "There is no such thing as a new idea. It is impossible. We simply take a lot of old ideas and put them into a mental kaleidoscope. We give them a turn, and then maybe some new curious combinations emerge. We keep on turning, making new combinations indefinitely with the same old pieces of colored glass that have been in use through all the ages," end quote. Yet one person gets credit and awards, but no discovery, innovation, or good care is due to any one person. Propping up each and every one of us are family, an army of coffee shop conversations, mentors, door openers, doormen, and doorwomen, and foundational instruments to create this symphony of team and family. Team science wins awards, linking diagnosis and therapy in one integrated diagnostic and interventional circle, made from many minds and different voices who sing the song of team science and team medicine. Team science is the natural law. Jump in the circle and share. It will come back around. Mentorship can be found anywhere and everywhere if we only look. Look beyond labels, first ask, and then all you have to do is listen. Mentors pause their own agendas to lift us up. They breathe life into our passions and perspectives. They believe in us. They open doors with an empowering, unique vision of us. I've been truly blessed by amazing guidance, lifelong friends, and empowerment. Really an amazing set of people. They're not always aware of their profound impact, but each mentor imprints a tall shadow on our own images of who we are and who or what we want to be. You are who you hang out with, my grandmother told me, so choose wisely. Every conversation, even today, has an impact, an opportunity to impact both conversationalists. The one common thread of my road of mentors has been laughter and shared passions. So follow the laughter and the good vibes. They lead to pots of gold. My pots of gold are friends, family, and team productivity, brought about by a faith in team and what we can do together. We protect and grow our turf by expanding our collective turf, redefining the edges of what and who we think we are, learning from other specialties, breaking down barriers, and thinking outside the adult boxes that we build. So think like a child. Forget the tunnel vision and the politics that come with being an adult. It's not all it's cracked up to be. Awards like this mean I'm getting older. It's a reminder life is a circle and not a line, a circle that asks us to give something back. So give back. Walk it forward as you all do. There is no greater reward than the opportunity to inspire and teach others, but remember to always think like a child. And for my sister, who motivated a lot of what I do, may she rest in peace. Thank you.
Dr. David J. DeSantis is lauded throughout the radiology community for his exemplary work in teaching, mentorship, and patient care. Dr. DeSantis is a professor of radiology at the Mayo Clinic College of Medicine and Science in Florida. He has forged a career in which mentorship and volunteerism are core principles and is a sought-after advisor for trainees. Dr. DeSantis has been honored as Teacher of the Year at the Eastern Virginia Medical School, the Wake Forest Baptist School of Medicine, and the Mayo Clinic. While at the University of Kentucky College of Medicine, he was awarded the first endowed professorship in radiology. He served on the RSNA Education Committee and is an RSNA honored educator. He serves on the editorial board of Radiographics and has been an associate editor of abdominal radiology. He was recognized by the American Board of Radiology with a Lifetime Service Award. The grandchild of Italian immigrants, Dr. DeSantis proudly shares the story of how his parents worked in a tiny corner grocery store to send him to college and medical school. Dr. DeSantis and his wife, Denise, lead a program called You Can Do STEM, designed to encourage young children from underrepresented populations to pursue careers in science and technology. That program earned him the inaugural Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Achievement Award of the Society of Abdominal Radiology. Dr. DeSantis earned his medical degree at the University of Pennsylvania School of Medicine and completed his residency and fellowship at Washington University School of Medicine, the Mallinckrodt Institute. Even as a first-year resident, David was as much an educator as he was a learner. He was born to teach. It is my pleasure to present Dr. David J. DeSantis with the RSNA Outstanding Educator Award.
Thanks, Matt. A lot of old memories there. Well, in these award ceremonies, I always love the insights into people's lives, into the events that forged their characters into ones that were so praiseworthy. With it comes the appropriate list of thank yous to all the people who are instrumental in their success. About 20 years ago, I went back to school and I got a master's degree in writing. And their advice was, never take a standard approach to your topic. Always look for a new angle. Well, I couldn't totally take a novel slant here because I likewise am grateful for many things. But I'm grateful most for the things that didn't happen. My dad didn't stay stuck in a dead-end factory job in 1949. My mother didn't say no when he said, we're leaving Denora, Pennsylvania, and leaving your parents and 9 siblings, packing everything we own into a Model A Ford, and with 0 experience opening a grocery store in Erie, Pennsylvania, where we'll work 6 days a week, 7 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. They did close the store for 2 days, the 2 days that my brothers got buried. That was it. I'm also grateful to every other radiology program in the country for rejecting me so that I could end up at the Mallinckrodt Institute, a place with excellence so embedded in the walls that it would be embarrassing to have been anything less. And that remarkable crucible of learning produced last year's RSNA Outstanding Educator, Dr. Balf, along with many of the radiology leaders in the room, Matt Mauro, Cookie Menius, Sanjeev Bala, Cynthia Santillan, not just colleagues, but deep and lifelong friendships. I'm grateful to the hundreds of residents and fellows over 40 years who could have chosen other mentors and an easier path, but didn't. I hope that the love of lifelong learning that was instilled into me has in some measure been passed to them. And most of all, I'm grateful to the Gannon College students who didn't sign up for the 1973 summer physiology course, which got canceled because of insufficient enrollment. So I was switched into histology class, and in crutched 19-year-old Denise. So I chivalrously offered to carry her books. She gave me a ride home in her 1962 Robin's Egg blue Ford Falcon with a floorboard so completely rusted that you could see the road beneath your feet. And 50 years later, she's not only the heart of our family, also the kindest, most selfless person that I know, my most honest critic, and truly the light that inspires all that I do. In the 1966 movie A Man for All Seasons about St. Thomas More, he tells one of his proteges, "You'd be a fine teacher, perhaps even a great one." And his protege answers angrily, "And if I was, who would know it?" And St. Thomas answered, "You, your pupils, your friends, God." Not a bad public, that. Well, St. Thomas was right, but that should be enough. But I gotta say, this is pretty cool too. Thank you very much. And my deepest gratitude to the RSNA. Thank you.
The annual Alexander Margulis Award for Scientific Excellence recognizes the best original article published in radiology and is named for Dr. Alexander Margulis, a distinguished investigator and inspiring visionary leader in the science of radiology. The 2023 Margulis Award is presented for the article Pancreatic Cancer Detection on CT Scans with Deep Learning, a nationwide population-based study, published online in Radiology in September of 2022. The lead authors are Po-Ting Chen and Ms. Tingui Wu from the National Taiwan University College of Medicine. In the study, Dr. Chen and Ms. Wu and colleagues developed and validated an effective AI tool for detecting pancreatic cancer on CT scans. Pancreatic cancer has the lowest survival rate of all cancers. Early detection is key to improving patient outcomes because prognosis significantly worsens once the tumor grows beyond 2 centimeters. CT is the primary modality for detection, but it often misses small tumors. To develop the deep learning tool, the research team collected data from 546 patients with pancreatic cancer and 733 control patients. The tool identified the pancreas automatically and achieved 90% sensitivity and 96% specificity in the internal test set, comparable to that of radiologists. This urgency-needed AI tool has the potential to supplement radiologists in improving the detection of pancreatic cancer and ultimately patient care. In recognition of this work, the radiology article Pancreatic Cancer Detection on CT Scans with Deep Learning, a nationwide population study, was selected for the 2023 RSNA Margulis Award for Scientific Excellence. I am pleased to present the 2023 RSNA Margulis Award for Scientific Excellence to Dr. Po-Ting Chen and Ms. Tingui Wu.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, I'm Po-Ting Chen from National Taiwan University Hospital. Thank you so much for this honor. I sincerely want to express my gratitude to RSNA for this award. This recognition represents the collective efforts and achievement for our team in the field of AI for pancreatic cancer detection. In our research, we utilize deep learning techniques to analyze CT scan for the early detection of pancreatic cancer, contributing valuable insights for a nationwide population-based study. We are fortunate to have abundant healthcare resources and a comprehensive health insurance database in Taiwan. which greatly supported our research. And in the future, we look forward to further collaboration with the medical community worldwide, leveraging these valuable resources for more research. I want to give special thanks to my mentors, Dr. Liao and Professor Wang. It is their guidance and support that have paved the way for the success of this research. Additionally, I appreciate my colleague, especially Ms. Wu, whose collaboration throughout the research process not only provide valuable insights, but also strengthen our team. I also want to express my gratitude to RSNA for providing us with this opportunity, allowing our work to receive broader attention. Lastly, thank you to our research team, which is composed of radiologists, gastroenterologists, and data scientists. And their hard work and collaboration have been instrumental in the success of this study. And as a young radiologist, this award holds significant meaning for me and motivates us to continue making meaningful contribution in the field of radiology in the future. Thank you, everyone.
It has been inspiring to hear from our honorees today and to see the support and dedication to radiology in this room. Thank you all for joining us in celebration of these outstanding leaders and change makers in the field of radiology. Congratulations again to our 2023 awardees and honorees. We are adjourned.